Hi-ho friends, and welcome back to the Snug Bungalow, where we are going to look through a bag of my thrift store finds, but only after I bore you with a very intense life update. Who's ready? This month has been crazy for us. My dog has lost 3 now toenails. We're not sure why, but it can be a rather painful experience for everyone involved. We've had a vet visit, we have had an urgent care visit, and we have taken care of one at home because you can only have so many vet visits for the same thing before you start to lose your mind and all of your money as well. So we are learning to take care of those at home. We are in contact with the vet to see if there is something weird going on. And so Sprocket had to be bandaged for a bunch of days and wear a cone, and it was a whole scene that we're going to be repeating at nauseum, apparently. I'm very excited about that, but we'll see what happens after we speak with the vet and maybe run a couple tests. Another fun thing that happened this month is that my husband's car got stolen. It is on the list of easy cars to steal. Thank you very much, TikTok. So it was stolen on Thursday night, but we didn't find out till later on Friday because my husband also had the stomach bug. So when we found out, he was still sick. We're making calls. They did actually find the car a couple of days later, but it had been used in a drive-by, so it's full of bullet holes, it's missing glass, and the car is actually pretty old. It's paid for, it's old. We were just kind of waiting for its last breath, and someone killed it. So we are expecting that it will be totaled. I don't really know what goes on after that, but we've been a one car family for the month, and it's worked out just fine. I work from home. I don't go places during the week very often, and if I do, I can do them in the morning because my husband works from home in the morning, blah, 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 blah. It's working out. But terribly exciting in the meantime. I am spending a lot of time on Whatnot. I know I told you guys about that earlier. I have a video that explains to you what it is, and I've been doing some selling on there. I really like it. The community is extremely supportive and really sweet, and everyone is kind of knows each other, and I really am enjoying my time there. I am selling enough to make it worthwhile, and the other platforms that I'm selling on are basically dead in the water. Yes, it is summer slowdown, but this one's real painful. So I'm hoping to maybe get some more sales on Whatnot and enjoy that community further. Special shout out to Helen, who comes into my shows and hangs out with me basically every single time. Helen, you're really sweet, and just know that it makes my day when you show up because I feel like I have a friend there. So it's nice to have somebody who I know will respond to my questions and who will just be there and hang out with me and make me feel good about my time there. So I'm going to be doing more of that right now. I'm focusing mostly on toys, but I might do some other vintage related sales, maybe some accessories and stuff. Everything is going for really cheap prices. So if you want a deal these days, you need to get over to Whatnot. I have a link below where you can sign up and you can get free money to use on the app. I think it's like $10 or $15, and you have to pay for shipping, but otherwise you can use that money to purchase from whoever and whatever you want. I signed up that way and I used that money and it was fun. So I suggest that you do that. It is fun. Basically, it's entertainment. You don't have to buy anything to just hang out in the auctions and the shows and stuff and see what other people are buying. I mean, that's just like half of the fun for me. I really particularly love to be in sales where people are selling salt and pepper shakers. It's like I like stalk these sales, not because I collect salt and pepper shakers at all. There's just such an insane variety that I love to like watch what comes up next and who buys what and, you know, what things are popular and what things aren't. Okay, let's get started on the thrift store finds. Sorry, I'm like sorting some of this stuff here. I have an entire bag full of these. They are very heavy, very fancy switch plate and outlet covers. I have some of the bigger ones that have, you know, 2 or 3 light switches on them, but I bought an entire bag of them. They're so heavy. This thing, it doesn't look big, but like, look at those big ones back there. But it is like, this thing is probably almost 10 pounds. Like, it is really, really heavy. And yes, when you shop at the bins or the Goodwill outlets, everything is priced by the pound, but it's still so cheap that you can buy 10 pounds worth of stuff and, you know, you're spending 20 bucks or under, whatever. So I have a huge amount of those to sell. I'm excited because I will put them into one listing and then people can pick and choose what they want, and I don't have to list every single thing individually. That is always a good thing. Okay, now there's all kinds of stuff in here. It's just willy-nilly, so we'll just start at the top. This is a sock loom, and I thought, well, I sell a lot of those pot holder looms. Let's try a sock loom. And it comes with a CD-ROM, so you know it's really, really recent. But I'm not sure. I looked it up. It seemed to bring enough money for me to pick it up, so we'll see how it does. Looms. Crafts. This is something that my mom brought to me that I had never seen before. It is a biscuit or bun warmer. So this has little pockets in it, and you put it in a basket, and then all of your biscuits and buns are all snug as a bug in a rug, and they stay warm until you are ready to eat them. And it's all embroidered. It has some little hints of past dinners or breakfasts, but it also has snaps. So I think that, oh, right, like this. So you put it in the basket with the snaps, and then everything kind of folds out. Ba-bum! So it's all snapped together right here in the middle. And then you just put it in your little basket, and everyone can reach in and get their warmed buns. Who doesn't love warm buns, huh? Okay, excuse me. Now, the next thing is a bunny puppet. So this brand of hand puppets does very well and goes very quickly. It is called Folkmanis. Weird name, one that you'll remember. And they're just really high quality plush hand puppets, and they just come in like an astounding variety of animals. I even had one that was a nest with little chicks inside, so that was pretty fun. But I always pick them up when I see them if they're in good condition, because they sell pretty quickly for me. And then another thing that I normally pick up, this is kind of tangled, I think, but we'll be able to get the idea, is, yeah, I'm not going to try to untangle that right now. Garland. I always pick up garland if it's cute. This is a very lightweight plastic Easter egg garland in pastel colors. I have one very much like this, but mine has green added into it. But people love a garland, and I like to sell them. Easy, festive. Speaking of festive, I bought this. It is not something that I normally am picking up right now, but I thought this one was so good that it warranted it. This is a candle ring. So you put a candle in the center of here, and then you have all of your plastic, nuts, pine cones, pumpkins, etc., and fall foliage around it. Look at this, even a corn. So fun. Nuts, pumpkins. And I just thought it was so festive and beautiful that I would pick it up. I have stopped picking most of those vintage foliage candle rings up, but this one was just so good I couldn't resist. So here's something I'm picking up for the first time. This is, I'm not really sure what to call it. I don't think it's crewel, it's not cross stitch, but it is some kind of stitchery. And it is huge. So this is either for a pillow to make into a pillow, or as a seat cover. It's really, really large. And I thought it was really beautiful. I love the colors, and I just thought it was really well done. The back even looks beautiful. So it's a quality piece. The yarn that's used feels like wool to me. And so I've seen other people sell things like this. I think sometimes it's nicer if you can get a pair of them, because then it could be 2 pillows or 2 chairs or whatever. But we'll see. We'll see how that does. Okay, guys, another life update. It's a sad, sad day at the Snug Bungalow. We got rid of our single bed, which was in the, I call it a closet. It is a guest room, but we kind of use it as a closet because our closet space in this house is very limited and we just have a lot of stuff. So we use it kind of as a closet for a bunch of different collections and stuff. And this single bed just really wasn't servicing us well. Every time someone came who needed if 2 people came and they needed a queen size situation, we would have to break the bed down, put it outside because our storage here is basically non-existent, and then blow up the air mattress for them. So I was just sick of taking it down and putting it outside and then putting it back up again. So we got rid of it. But the sheets to that bed were basically all Muppet sheets that I had collected over the years, and they were all single. You know, if you collect or buy vintage sheets at all, you can find singles very easily, twins, but you know, larger sizes like kings and queens are very hard to come by. So I have a crap ton of really cool single Muppet sheets, which I will not be keeping. I am keeping the pillowcases that go with them because I can still use those and get a thrill from that. But I want to show you this one because this is my absolute favorite set. And I have several pillowcases from it. It's folded the wrong way. That's fun. But this is the Muppets and hot air balloons. Because obviously, right? So some of them are in hot air balloons. Oh, it's not hot air balloons. They're parachuting. And then you can see some of them are in silhouette. This is the Swedish Chef. This is Zoot. And it's just like so cute. Just so cute. And there are so many of the characters on it. There's Animal. You know, so many of them are in silhouette that I just thought as a collector, it was just really, really cool. So this is the first set, and I do have, you know, the bottom sheet and the top sheet that will be going up for sale on my various sites soon. It's a sad day, but I think it's time for someone else to enjoy them now. I no longer have a bed that fits, and our storage is so limited that it doesn't make sense for me to keep them, just to look at them once every 7 years. So this is something that I've sold a bunch kind of recently. And I think this is like a new version of a vintage thing. This is an entire bag. I don't know if you can tell what it is, but they are glow-in-the-dark icicle ornaments. They're plastic. And this is an entire thing of them. This says made in China, so I'm going to say that these are new and are not vintage. And I'm not sure if I could tell. Honestly, they're made to look very much like the other ones. I think that they have a slightly different pattern. This looks sort of like concentric circles instead of like the ridges that the vintage ones have. But I don't know. I thought I'd try it out. Who doesn't love glow in the dark? Okay, here's another thing that I sell often. Vintage tart tins. So these are tiny little tins for desserts. You can make tiny cakes in there. You can make tiny, jellos in there. And they just come in a huge variety of shapes. And they even come smaller than this. But people use them, obviously, for baking and for actual desserts. But they also enjoy using them in crafts. So I pick them up and then lot them together. And I sell them that way. Okay, here's something I know nothing about. And the look on its face. This is a Furby. Ferb. He looks really bored with this whole thing. I know that they take batteries and then they do things, but I was just on the other side of being like, I don't care about Furbies because it's for younger kids, if you know what I mean. I have collected toys my whole life, so I have always loved toys, but Furbies never really did much for me. This guy has like a mohawk all the way down his back. Is that normal? I don't know. But I'm going to try to see if he works because I know that if they do work, this one is from 1998. It's made by Tiger, and if they do work, they can bring some money. I don't really have any other information about Furbies other than knowing that they can sell. So I will go down that rabbit hole. The next thing that I'm going to show you has a lot of dust on it. So just know that I will give him a thorough going over before I sell him. This is something I haven't seen in a really long time. This is a little stocking, rolls up to be the belly of this animal, which is a black cat. This is a Pertender. If you remember that from the 80s, they were cat plushes that transformed into other animals. And I think it's in order to be adopted. I don't know why a duck would be adopted before a cat, honestly, but there was a whole reason for it. And I feel like it was to get adopted quicker from the shelter. Don't know, but very cute. Let's see if there's a date. Hallmark, 1987. And I think these specific ones were sold at one of the fast food places. It doesn't say, but that's my memory of the small little ones that were like a little stocking, a little Christmas holiday stocking. Okay, now here's the big reveal, you guys. I saved the best / weirdest thing for last. This might be familiar to you. If you've watched the Scream movies, this is the mask that was made famous by those movies. It is made by a company called Easter Unlimited, and also Fun World, I want to say, Fun something. But this mask does bring some good money if you've got an older version, which I think this is. But one that's even better to find is the green one. And I was shocked out of my mind to see these two laying next to each other. They say Easter Unlimited right here. They're always marked on the weird chin. And Easter Unlimited is older than the Fun World ones, so you know that you've got a good piece if it's marked with that. I'm going to put up a little comp that I found online. All of the comps for the green ones are about this price, so I'm pretty excited about that. And hopefully maybe when it gets closer to Halloween, it will sell and I will be extremely happy. Okay, I think I've made a mess in here enough, and I will let you get on with your day. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you would, please hit the thumbs up like button, subscribe to my channel. If you hit the bell, it will notify you whenever I put out new content. So you can be annoyed by me repeatedly. If you would leave me a comment, I love to know what you're thinking. Let me know if you are gonna check out Whatnot, how you feel about it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've been on it for a while now and I really, really am liking the community there. I will put links below when any of this stuff gets listed on my shops. It probably is gonna be about 2 weeks. Maybe a bit longer because we are coming into vacation time and we have some visitors coming and I don't work very often. When we have visitors, you gotta take a little break now and then, you know what I mean? Okay, so I guess that's it. And thanks for hanging out with me. Until we see each other again, I invite you to go out and find treasure.